So now I thought this issue of the stand or moves by the Electoral Commission to compile a new register is of very serious concern to the people of this country. And I felt that maybe as political actors and as citizens of this country, we should be discussing the issue devoid of political lines, but put the future of this country at the forefront. But listening to my good brother this morning, Mutala, he has just linked the NPP and the Electoral Commission together. So I don't see, even at any point, he tried to separate us. And even added, if this country is plunged into chaos, which I want to assure him we won't get there, is the president and the chairperson of the Electoral Commission that should be held responsible. But I think I want to remind him, if you know the history of the NPP since 1992 up to now, we have never engaged in electoral violence in this country. Even in 1992, when we decided that the elections were started with a lot of frauds and electoral malpractices. What we did is that we boycotted the elections in 1992 parliamentary election, and we wrote the stolen verdict. But since then, we have been contributing to the electoral fortunes and processes in this country with regards to the activities of the Electoral Commission. He himself will admit where we were and where we are today. But in his submission, he did admit that the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana mandate the Electoral Commission to do their work. I hope you are getting the argument. Fine, you may not like or you may suspect a decision or what they... No, but that is and I'm coming there, but I'm not taking everything you said hook, like and sinker. So I hope you are getting the argument. So allow the Electoral Commission to do their job. But you see, I want to remind him and the NDC people, excuse me, what they are doing today is a justification of what we did when we were in opposition. It means that anytime you are linking Jim Mensah to the President of the Republic of Ghana, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, you are justifying our stand in opposition when we suspected every move of Charlotte Osai, who was then the chairperson of the Electoral Commission, who was appointed by the former President of the Republic of Ghana, President John Mahama. Only time proved us wrong because we used that voter register, went into the 2016 election, and that provided the president we have in this country today. So what are they afraid of?
What are you afraid of?
I'm coming. I hope you are getting the argument. So, and the Constitution still also gave power to the president to appoint the Electoral Commission. And there's a processes in the Constitution that you can invoke to get the Electoral Commissioner being removed from office. Not only the Electoral Commission, there are more important people per the Constitution. You can get them out when they fall foul of the law, and you invoke the law to get them out. So it's nothing unconstitutional. I hope you are getting the argument. So fine, it is their mandate. But certain decisions, you may not like it. We are all actors, we are all young guys, but not all the things that the EC told us that we accept it or we think that is the best way to go. But that is the only body, and the EC itself has a history. Right from 1992 up to date, Mutala, we have never, at least at certain points, you can have disagreement. You make reference to the 2012 elections. When we disagree with the results, but we didn't take to violence, we ended up in the law court, seeking redress at the apex courts of the land.
What about what he said that happened at Opera Square?
No, but you see, what happened at that Opera spot, one cannot, unless of course you are seeking to score political point. Even though, Mutala, if we are talking of a serious political violence or electoral violence in this country, what we witnessed in Ayahuasca, how many hours that and how was the level of distraction there? Okay. As compared to other places we have seen. Okay. So many months people are on the street demonstrating, distracting, brought the whole country to stand still. That is not what we experienced. If that is what he's referring to, in 1992, 1996, we have experienced similar situations in this country. On the NDC side, well, I hope you are getting the argument. So for the small, no, we don't pray it happens, but you don't just use them and try to blind the people like this was what NPP did when we disagree with the results of declared by the Electoral Commission. But it happens, but at what scale or the magnitude of it, then you can relate it to a very serious electoral violence that one can anticipate that if this thing is not happen, then this whole country will become ungovernable. We have never experienced that since we started the Fourth Republic right now, from 1992 up to date. And we've been good. And we need to tap ourselves as people. But you see, so now let's go back to the substantive matter. For the explanation or the reasons of the Electoral Commission to the people of Ghana, we've all heard it. And the stand by the opposition party, the NDC and the other smaller party, against the decision of the Electoral Commission to compile a new voter register. So now we have discussed this matter, we have been discussing it, and we have given our views. So for me, it's every day it is taking a different dimension, even to the extent that the parties came together and decided to embark on their civic responsibility by demonstrating to draw awareness of the people of this country and the whole world attention that this is what is going on, that they disagree with it. Fine, I don't blame them, and I don't think other equally well-meaning Ghanaians blame them, because it's their constitutional responsibility. Just as it's the same constitutional responsibility that the EC is clued to go ahead with our electoral processes, which include a review and compilation of a new voter register. So, but I was very happy when the committee, the Electoral Commission itself constituted, headed by Mr. Emil Short, called the Electoral Commission and the political parties. They had a very fruitful discussion, and eventually they also...
I'm not sure they met the political parties.
They suggested to the Electoral Commission, they can't direct anyway, but they suggested to them to go back and call the parties. That is, they have a channel. You can use iPad to get them. It has been done, and I think that we can do it. But if you also care to know, right from the beginning, I don't know where the NDC is getting their info from, but it's like they have taken a very strong position that they don't even want to listen to the EC. It's either they get what they want, or the EC should not go ahead to do what they think is fit for purpose, which will serve the interests of this country. And when you take that stand, then it is difficult to get a solution to your issues. Because you are talking of IPAC. And IPAC is the decision. That is where a critical information that the issue is intending to do will be relayed to the parties, the representative of the parties. Therefore, they will also go to brief their members. So if you have any opposition or any suggestion, it is at IPAC that you have to get those views across and be able to convince the Electoral Commission that this is the direction to go. But as soon as you have taken entrenched and belligerent position against whatever the Electoral Commission is doing, so now what will be the appropriate forum? And so now, our experience, you can go ahead to demonstrate countless number of times, but the law, you don't have the law in your hand to prevent them. So if you are talking of distractions, the part that you have taken already, that can lead us there, which we are not praying to get to. I hope you are getting the argument. So now, for whether the reasons the Electoral Commission has given are cogent or the reasons are not tenable, that one, it is left to the individual and group of people how you look at it. But what is it that the fear is? Maybe others who are against the decision of the Electoral Commission said it will bring voter suppression. But in your submission, you did admit that there's voter apathy. There's people are disillusioned. NPP members are demoralized. And I will not sit here and say it is entirely not true. Because I'm a member of the party, and every day I have many calls coming from my region and other regions across the country. Some are very active, some like the way the governance style is going, some have their own distance, but you manage all of them and go. So why don't you take advantage of that as a serious political party in this country? See now, I ask people, and you can compile a register and still go ahead and lose an election. So it is not a guarantee that government is not responsible to compile a register. Government is responsible in giving out resources using the appropriate law to give our resources to the Electoral Commission to function and give us free, fair, and transparent election in this country. But that does not mean that your winning election is guaranteed. No, if that were the case, then NDC would have continued being in power. Because the 2012 register was compiled under their watch. But they won election with it and they lost elections with it. I hope you are getting the argument. But I think that I will advise that our position we have taken, it is not the best for now. And I want to urge the Electoral Commission, NPP as a political party only is calling for a credible register. As to whether how the Electoral Commission is getting us that they will use to conduct the 2020 election is not our problem. And we are not PROs of Electoral Commission to be talking for them. So if they have issues, they should always make sure their people come out and explain to the people of Ghana to understand. Others have written to them and they are calling for other important information. They should release it out to the public. Because it is good and better to carry the public, the country along. And I know that is their intention. But if you look at the submission of Murtala, they are whipping the sentiment of the people against the Electoral Commission. That is exactly what they are doing now. All these demonstrations that look, for the past two weeks now, I am coming to the civil society groups, my good brother. For the past 2 weeks, look at their communication style. Look at their communication style. They are whipping the sentiments of these people against the. And Murtala, that is the only credible Electoral Commission we have. Murtala, right from 2004 up to now, when Afarijan was there, we have our differences with him, and NDC has their differences with him. But both political parties won election under Afarijan watch and lost elections under Afarijan watch.
This one, you don't have any differences with the niece of the First Lady, who happened to be.
You are only saying it. I don't know.
That's a fact.
What I know is that
come out and deny it. And she's an activist.
It doesn't change anything, my brother. You can even there are laws that is guiding the activities of this independent institutions. You rightly said it here. The constitution that is giving them the independence, the same constitution is telling them that they should be fair. But anytime they go against them, I think you can go to court. If you believe sincerely and genuinely what the Electoral Commission is doing in preparation of compiling a new register for the 2020 election is unconstitutional and is not grounded by law, then I don't think this is not the appropriate forum. You should go to court and challenge the decision of the Electoral Commission. We were not granted new register in 2015 when we against the voter register, but that we wanted certain modifications. In the long run, we landed in court. You attributed to Abu Ramadan. We were in court. We went to court and we got some certain remedies. It didn't help NPP alone. It helped shape our electoral system in this country, and it helped all political parties in this country. At any point in time, that is what the NPP does. NPP has never taken a destructive course. We have never engaged in that. We never engage in that. This is the only country we have, and whatever as a registered serious political party. Fortunately, now we have formed a government, not under our watch, that this country will be plunged into chaos. And I want to assure my very good friend Murtala and all viewers out there, not under the presidency of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, that this country will plunge into chaos. You appoint, but you don't direct the person as to what to do. If your fear is that there are unseen hands that is manipulating the activities of the Electoral Commission. Was that what is happening when President Mahama appointed Charlotte Osai? If that were the case, how did we win the elections? We won the election at the polling station after the experience of the court case in 2012 when we went to court. Okay. We went back to the people, we went back to the grassroots and made sure we got our access right, and we went ahead and won the election. And that is what some of us are expecting our brothers to do. That Accra or head office big block sitting with 2 other people there doesn't win you elections. And if you think it's not, if it's about the cost, the political parties, it's not only NDC who is going to bear the cost. Because today, if the Electoral Commission said they are registering to compile the new register, the parties must go along. all of us will have to engage to tell our people and educate them they need to go out and register. Because if you don't register, you can't vote the election. And if you can't vote the election, other people will decide your future for you. So Mutala, I think we'll all get involved. Maybe in my electoral area, I can get less people to register. In your electoral area, you can get more people to register. And if these people all register, and at election day, you make sure your people go out and vote, maybe where are you heading towards? Maybe you may be the victor at the end of the day. Okay. So, but I don't think that maybe they have something we don't know and they don't want to tell us. And I'm really surprised with their position. Very serious position. And you could look at their faces and their actions that it's not easy. But I don't think that we have to sit and allow that to happen.
Thank you.
I hope you are getting the argument. So I simple thing.
Thank you, Mujeeb.
I'll take your picture.
Well, so, if you're just joining